have a lot of peel with this Wukong, or instead, in this case, you could just go for the ultimate ability to brawl hard with this triple melee composition that has the Nico engage, and you basically can go on to anyone. The Ahri is not going to be safe. The Jace is certainly not going to be
really getting the better end of those trades.
A lot of value out of that one. Gold incredibly even, as we can see, is now Zeka moving forward. Peanut's here though. He's even got cease and desist. It's going to be used by Faker as he hijacks it away. And there it is, returned in kind. And Zeka will finally claim the first blood. Monkeys heading towards the Vi as, all right, cease and desist comes out. Peanut just starting this fight as he flashes away. Pop Blossom to stop any sort of follow-up, as now Peanut is just alone in the enemy jungle. Bullet time comes through. It does get a bit of damage down, but it's not going to kill anyone. And now Faker with that Spirit Rush available, looking to try and close in on the rest of HLE. What was that, Peanut?
Item spikes be damned. If you go in alone, 1v3 into the enemy jungle, having just 2 spike advantage doesn't really matter.
Well, now Zeus is fighting against Doran. They, I was going to say trade ultimates, which I guess is kind of true, but Jace doesn't really have one. As Doran trouble before, as oh dear, Gumayusi could be in trouble, as once again, cease and desist comes down. He does have flash, so he's going to use it. Bullet time coming on in, as the Cyclone there from Ona defending his AD carry. The flash not quite working, but now Doran throwing some needlework towards Peanut, who wants to get himself away and does. Volt Breaker down once again. Taking a bit of damage as the Rift Herald is on the minds of HLE. Gumayusi level 11 now as Shock Blast does so much damage. And look at this, they're just in the blender. This time, Delight making something happen as Doran gets into the backside. Owner has found Peanut once again. And now the bullet time's gonna need to save them. Gwen is immune, ladies and gentlemen. That's allowing Doran to survive. But the Rift Herald's still up, and T1 are gonna take even more this game.
It's Peanut again, disconnected on the other side, but it's Owner who goes for the punish, and Owner has just been shutting him down.
Coming through from everyone. Zeka going to make his way over. Let's see whether this soul point can be denied. Hex Gates coming on in as Zeka finding so much damage. There's the steal. It's Zeus that takes it down, and the Pop Blossom doesn't do nearly enough.
They're in the
T1,
pit.
they do lose 2. They have 3 left, still alive. Shattering Strike not doing too much as Doran and Guma able to take down the Rel. And now it's even footing. Faker trying to find it. The dash cannon getting him into this fight is now Viper in trouble. The Chains land! And they try and keep him alive, but it's
continuing his struggle. And then here, Viper, I don't think needed to flash the initial needles that came through.
Oh god, the chain's gonna have to be flashed here by Zeus. As Faker doing so much work, and Owner is there with the follow-up.
Instead of being the one that benefits from it.
Yeah, and you know, it's not necessarily going to be, okay, Faker, if he wants to auto that turret, he might not be getting out alive, but either way, just wait and re-engage and ruin your whole setup so easily and give T1 those opportunities. You know, the Nico obviously very strong in this draft, great with Callista, powerful. You need your team to be there. You need your team, you need the setup, and you need to be the team that's getting the first kill.
Well, they're going to look for it here as Delight going to be able to use that blast cone, but he's down incredibly low and will get taken down. Possible overextension though, as the Orbit Deception does a lot of work, as Faker dashing around the battlefield with his hijacked Spirit Rush. Now Pop Blossom is going to find only one, but it's Zeus. That is a great target as now Zeka looking for the jump. The bullet time doing massive damage, but Doran now looking to get on top of Viper, who is completely alone and will get eviscerated. The wallet's so heavy here for T1, and they just take HLE out of the fight.
It was the fake out from Carrier, the double fake out. It looked like it was just the clone coming towards them, but it was him.
It was him. Zeus tries to react. But the biggest part of this is Delight dies, right? If you have that Magnet Storm, so many of these things go better for you. Maybe not the bullet time, because I think Viper couldn't have gotten any more value than he did in that one. But there wasn't any follow-up. They were so split. And so Doran just runs at Viper, the misfortunate immobile, and now Zeka clashing with Faker.
Yeah, Chain's not going to connect here as Delight will come in, but so will Carrier. Magnet Storm picked up by Faker here, taking a fair bit of damage, but they've taken the soul point. They've gotten exactly on Doran, but it's only Faker that's missing it outside of, and Carrier on T1, but Gumayusi having his own
from T1 with melees that can just rip you to shreds.
Yeah. Speaking of being ripped to shreds, Peanut gonna try and get over the wall, but the flash is there for Owner, and he just knocks down the Vi. There is also no jungler, So let's see whether HLE can try and kill T1 before they take this Baron. It looks like it's going to be impossible. Under 4,000 health as Delight goes in, finds the Magnustorm. Let's see whether they can get the kills with the Pop Blossom. Doesn't do too much. They take down the Gwen, but this is still Baron picked up for T1. They go for the fight and they're looking to try and turn it. Kamiushi takes down Zeka. They've dealt with this Rel at the same time, and T1 say we'll just take everything.
Well, there you go. That's probably the game-winning play. They already had such a massive lead. We didn't expect Hanwha was going to be able to win that fight as Keria potentially punished here. We're getting trolled by the observers. Owner going to check it out.
Oh dear. No, I think it might be Peanut getting punished here just a little bit. Slowed down by the Rend. Nimbus Strike going to be coming up pretty soon here. And Faker comes on over. He's just going to escort Owner in and escort HLE out of this first game.
And we can talk about the drafts. But for me, it's just the form of Hanwha Life. They look desynced.
It's going to finally be Hextech solo here for T1, and this game could not be more over.
It could not. So that is going to be the soul picked up here for T1. They're going to be able to push in this bottom lane. They've already taken the mid lane inhibitor. And Zeus, he's looking for a bit of bounty gold. And I assume T1 are okay with him taking it, because it's not going to save his Nexus.
We had 2 T1 predictors, and on our global side, we had several 3-0 Hanwha predictors. Hanwha Life came in as the massive favorites, but T1 having the momentum carried on from yesterday into this first game for sure. I think a lot of people are rethinking expectations after this one.
Yeah, me included, feeling a little bit silly for some of my opening statements here, because it did feel like HLE were the better team before, based on our assessment. But momentum is so powerful, and T1 in this stadium, man, just feels like they are unlocked an extra level. And Faker now picking up a Magnustorm for himself. That is going to be 2 inhibitors. This is, of course, feeling like a little bit of ceremony, because this game is all but over. That is going to be a bit of an engage on Doran, but he does go into the mist and now looks to fight 4 people. Going golden here. Those big old scissors doing some work. There is the Magnustorm finally. The bullet time coming in, but the wallets are so big. The pop loss are massive as well, and T1 just slaughter them in their own house, and they'll destroy it at the same time. T1 1-0 in the series.
From the perspective of Hanwha Life, you got reverse.